And the beat goes on. Well, why can't I just cook chicken and potato and carrot? Because although Linda thought that she was just showing other people solutions for cooking, somebody thought Linda would make it every Tuesday, and then they could all just plug right in and do it too. Or now I went and bought them fresh vegetables. I mean, who buys food for someone else en masse like that? When I could have just went back to buying them, dry staples that they would keep in their cupboard. I don't know what program that is. I always have potato and carrot in my fridge, but I didn't have to cook it because that can last almost all year in a fridge. If it sprouts, it doesn't matter. Milk, the due date up to a week after. If you bring it home, don't worry too much about it up to a week after. But expect to buy it fresh in the store. But that's not where I was going at all. Where was I going with it? Because now that's gone, isn't it? Oh, the abuse. So if you tell someone that somebody's doing something to you in particular, and some people don't understand that's what it is. I mean, years ago that used to happen. A lot of even parents got blamed for abuse that someone showed later that they may not have done. But if a child speaks it, you have to investigate it. That's why I always dance around my child, and at a certain age, you can check them and make sure that they're not hurt or sore or anything up to a certain age, and watch them at bath time, sort of push everything else off you, but maintain your distance, and then teach them how to check themselves and how to tell you if there's anything wrong. And then after that, they have to have their showers and their baths and their own kind of thing. But it is scary because you can't really check as well after that. You can take them to the doctor. I didn't go to the doctor much as a teenager. My mother didn't push me. It's just you have the whole body image thing, and it's just the way it goes, isn't it? Still not where I was going, though. So if your husband does something that is not consensual, it feels like someone else made you and someone else made him. Well, when you put him in jail, which was what someone else wanted to do, and I had written this a long time ago, but I wasn't right in the thick of it, as they say at the time, because they were busy with something else. If he does if that's in your relationship, it could also sometimes be to put your husband in jail and then see how you and your child are going to manage without him, because that makes you a whole different group that will, with your intellect and all your resources, help him figure out how to keep whatever it is, this group that he has to feed and provide for based on what we have. I mean, I don't even know what that is. How is that affecting us so much? That is horrible. I'm sorry for other people, but that's what Canada has social programs for. Now, you wanting me then to walk other people through social programs, because that's the other one. I'll put her into teaching, make sure it's only part-time so that she has to walk through unemployment. I mean, I've never. You don't walk through unemployment. You have to carry someone at your head for unemployment. And every person who doesn't get a job, or when you get a job, they all have to get a job, and you're not allowed to get a job any better than they're going to get, and make sure you sit down and fill it in, and, well, what about if we make this happen to you this week, or somebody call and offer you a job, because I have to know how to fill that out too. I mean, what is that? The Canada Employment Centre, missed that. I really missed that. Because that's what Canada had. Like, we're not another country. That was what our Liberal government, when it was run by a prime minister who wasn't somebody from a corporation who still has investments in the country, running a company, running a country, which is still going to be in conjunction with the company, isn't it? Why lawyers, I guess, so often are elected, and word to the wise, so often elected as a rep for the country, as a prime minister, because they're just going to go back to upholding the law. Oh, dear God, no. But you blame him, and it wasn't even him, it was someone at him, and then your whole family loses everything. Honestly, I couldn't move home. They've raised the price of rent so greatly that there's no way for me to go, because believe me, this is not healthy, and these are sound waves in the air. This is not me somewhere else. This is someone transmitting that for me to have to deal with it for everybody. Or it just wouldn't exist. Once I say it, everybody can start naming who it is. Isn't that sad? And I'm not naming them. Sometimes someone pushes a voice out around or goes back and dubs it in, but I cannot name them. I don't even have to do Selah, or God doesn't even have to show them. People just know from what it is, which meant it's usually someone else. If I don't say this out loud now, I'll still hear it. That's someone else saying it out loud somewhere else.